Shalom, and welcome once again to Elders of GMS, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Now we're going to go right into the topic, and the topic is entitled, Give Diligence. And now the reason why I came up with this topic is because you have a lot of our people out there that have woken up, going back a little bit more than 3 years when we first set up videos on YouTube. You know, people never heard about Israel before. They probably stumbled upon a couple of videos with different guys teaching about Israel, so they had an idea, but they never really received the full knowledge of the scriptures and who they really are. And through the 3 years, well, really within the first year, you had guys that would come on the comment board of our different sites, and they would say, does anybody live in the southern part of Florida, the northern part of Florida? Anybody live in the south side of Chicago? Anybody live in Texas? Anybody live in this part of Seattle, Washington, or D.C., or Canada, or England, or any of these places around this country and around the world? So that's how this knowledge, you know, was broadened through these brothers from these different states and these different countries getting together, meeting each other, and forming their own camps. And that's the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The reason why those guys are doing it is not because of us, it's because of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You know, and you got a lot of haters, I would say, out there, or copycatters that try to do what GMS does, but they can't, you know, do that. But there's brothers out there that are teaching the truth, and we have mentioned that. There are brothers out there that's breaking down these scriptures the right way that are not affiliated with GMS. Because you guys say that we knock everybody. We don't knock everybody, man. There's a lot of guys out there that teach the right way, all right? Now, you got Jakes out there that know that they're Israel, that have watched several videos, that know the truth, that probably go on their job and they, you know, impress their co-workers on the job about how much they know about this scripture and that scripture, or they might make a video here and there. But you got to come fully into this thing, man. You know, the highest level to obtain will be going out there on them highways and them byways. Matter of fact, give me that in 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter, and start from the top. Because we're at the end of this thing. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is getting ready to manifest his power. And he's getting ready to take this man down. He's getting ready to send them down into Iran. And when they go into Iran, just like they went into Iraq, they ain't coming back, man. That's it. They ain't coming back. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 1. Follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that you may prophesy.
Yeah, the main thing is that you may prophesy. Now, what does it mean by prophesying? Prophesying means that you can get a vision and you can tell somebody about the vision, and that's a form of prophesying. But the prophesying that Paul's talking about is going out there and teaching his word and pushing his word. Go ahead.
It says, for he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh not unto men, but unto the Most High. For no man understandeth him, howbeit in the spirit he speaketh mysteries. But he that prophesieth speaketh unto men to edification and exhortation and comfort. He that speaketh in an unknown tongue edifieth himself, but he that prophesieth edifieth the church. I would that you all spake with tongues, but rather that ye prophesied. For greater is he that prophesieth than he that speaketh with tongues, except he interpret, that the church may receive edifying. Now, brethren, if I come unto you speaking with tongues, what shall I profit you, except I shall speak to you either by revelation, or by knowledge, or by prophesying, or by doctrine?
Right, or read that again, by revelation.
Right. Now, brethren, if I come unto you speaking with tongues, what shall I profit you, except I shall speak to you either by revelation?
Right, by revelation, to reveal something that's going to come in the future. Go ahead.
Or by knowledge?
Knowledge is this book. Go ahead.
Or by prophesying? Or by doctrine?
Doctrine is this book. So you're supposed to break these scriptures down to the people. And another thing, you got these clowns that are popping up teaching that Esau can make it, that the other nations can make it, that Job is an Edomite. You know, you got these guys saying that stuff contrary to what we're saying. I speak for a minute.
Right, and like the elder Torah was saying, they're saying things contrary to what we're speaking, basically just to spite us. It's not about the truth, you know, because I've read many comments on the comment boards where brothers, you know, bring out scriptures and break them down, and these guys are super proud. They're pompous. They're not about the truth. They're about pride. And you got to remember that when you go back to the Matthew the 23rd chapter, those Pharisees, wicked Pharisees and them, they did things because they wanted a name. And that's what these guys want. They want a name. They can't go out there and build their own name, so they got to go to somebody that the Lord raised up to give them fame, so to speak, and to ride on the skirt tails of those men so they can get fame.
Right, that's why they do for the concealed truth. He had to put my name in there, and he can't even say my name. He said, Tahar. You got this guy named Tahar. Elder Tahar. You're a real trip, bro. You're a real damn trip, man. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 14:7. And even things without life giving sound, whether pipe or harp, except they give a distinction in the sounds, how shall it be known what is piped or harped? For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle?
Wait, give me, hold that and give me Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, and then give me also Isaiah, I believe that's 62 and 5.
Okay. Habakkuk 2, and you want me to start at the top?
Yeah.
All right. This is Habakkuk chapter 2.
Yeah, I told the brother to go to Habakkuk because Paul is matter of fact, go back to what Paul just said. Go back to what he just said in Corinthians here about the trumpets.
Okay. 1 Corinthians 14:7. And even things without life giving sound, whether pipe or harp, except they give a distinction in the sound, how shall it be known what is piped or harped? For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? So likewise ye, except you utter by the tongue words easy to be understood, how shall it be known what is spoken? For you shall speak into the air.
Yeah, so you're supposed to make it plain to the people. But what Paul is saying, back in the ancient world, when the enemy came, there was a certain trumpet blast that the people heard, and they knew the enemy was coming. Then there was a different trumpet sound to say we're going to have a gathering. You know, they had their different, each group of people back in the ancient world had their own ways of using music or trumpets to let people know this is going to happen, or that, whether it was something good or whether it's something bad. A gathering. So we're doing the same thing, but we're telling you in plain English. So when the scriptures speak about blowing that trumpet and so forth, it's really talking about us coming out there sounding that alarm, but we're speaking in plain a plain language. All right? All right.
This is the book of
go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 19. My bowels, I am pained at my very heart. My heart maketh a noise in me. I cannot hold my peace, because thou hast heard, O my soul, the sound of the trumpet, the alarm of war.
That's right. So that proves that. All right, go ahead.
Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Right, the just are the Israelites, all right? Like I said, that's why I entitled this Give Diligence, because we're at the last days. You got people out there, Jakes out there, that think we're going to go for another 20, 30, 40, 50 years to the next 2 or 3 generations. So that's why you people out there that are nonchalant about these scriptures and you're not on fire about this truth, that means the Lord is really not working with you, period, man. You know, and if you're teaching that this man, like another thing, going back to this guy from the Concealed Truth, and I noticed when you check out his comment board, there was a handful, about 3 or 4 different people, maybe more, that asked him the same question. They'll ask him like a question in the book of Revelation, what does this mean? Or they'll ask him, is Babylon America, or is America found in the Bible? And he basically ducks and dodges. Instead of him saying, no, it's not in the Bible, which you know America would have to be mentioned in the Bible, because we were talking about America's really been around since the so-called New World. When Columbus came over to the New World, what does it mean by the New World? When he came over to the Americas, North, Central, and South America, he didn't land on the shores of the so-called United States of America. He landed south of that, the so-called Central Americas. All right, but from Canada, the uttermost north of Canada, the United States, Mexico, the islands in that area, down to Argentina, all those lands are considered the Americas. All right, so that's the New World. The New World is the Americas. All right, so now the focus is on the United States. Now the United States really came into existence going back to Christopher Columbus. It started with Christopher Columbus. Then you had the so-called Puritans come over. Then you had other Edomites come over. Then you had the England. They had colonies that they set up. You had Spain. They had set up colonies over here. And you had, as I mentioned, Spain. You had France. They basically took the middle part. That's why in Louisiana, by the way, is a French word. I think Detroit is a French word, if I'm not mistaken. But if you check out these different names of these different lands in America, a lot of them have Spanish-sounding names, French-sounding names, and English-sounding names. When I mean by English-sounding names, I mean them of Great Britain, England, Merry Old England, as they call it. So you got to go back to the very beginning, to the 1400s. Let's go up 100 years to the late 1500s into the 1600s. That's when the slaves started. That's when the so-called white man started bringing slaves over here. But he really started bringing slaves over here further into the late 1600s into the 1700s. Then you had what was called the Emancipation Proclamation. Then you had World War I, World War II. You know, you had all these events that took place in America. All these inventions. The car was invented in America. All right? The plane was invented in America. So you mean to tell me that the Most High forgot to put the prophecies of America in the Bible? Now, you know he's not going to write the word America. He's going to put some other words, because this Bible is a mystery. This Bible is written in code. This Bible is not written in plain English. The reason why it's not written in plain English, because the Most High sent his prophets, what you're looking at right now, that's breaking it down to you. That's making it plain to you. So for this guy to actually, he avoids any question, any comment dealing with whether this is Babylon or whether this is America.